Hi everyone, welcome to TGIF. Another Friday, another guest, another interesting topic. We spoke about IoT last week and we continue on that trail. As you see right now, I am at the Microsoft Tech Center and the IoT wall right behind me. Interesting device at the top, which is OPC Your Gateway. We'll speak more about this. No better person than Shailendra Miglani, who is the IoT Global Black Belt Specialist from Microsoft. Shailendra, welcome to TGIF.
Thanks, Sandeep.
Awesome. So Shailendra, if you look at where I'm right now, I'm right in front of the IoT wall at MTC, right? What you see there is an OPC UA gateway, which is open protocol communication, unified architecture as a standard, right? One of the hardware that's here for a while now. And I want to quiz you in terms of relevance of that. As Microsoft, right, we are our biggest proponent of open standards, right? In the world of IoT, your quick thoughts on how OPC UA comes in the picture and how we as Microsoft are advocating that, collaborating with that from a protocol standpoint.
Sure, Sandeep. Thank you. If you look at a few years back, we were seeing different protocols where they're on the factory floor and customers. In fact, we used to struggle a lot in terms of getting the data from these multiple protocols, and that was a bigger challenge. Now, as you rightly mentioned, right, Microsoft has been a proponent of open technologies for a long time. If you look at, there are a lot of advantages of adopting OPC UA. One, the biggest is interop. So one is it is vendor, platform, and OS independent. So if you look at in a factory floor, right, there are multiple assets from multiple vendors, and a lot of them are now adopting these OPC standards. So interop becomes very, very smooth. And and the second biggest advantage which we are seeing why customers are adopting this in all geos is data modeling, right? So one of the bigger challenges, if you look at on a manufacturing environment, is because the data sources are very, very diverse. The data format becomes a bigger challenge. So this gives a common data model which actually is very helpful for data analytics, right? And third and the last bigger point, I think I would say, is security. In OPC, if you look at OPC UA, it is security is designed from grounds up, where we are talking about certificate-based authentication, right? And they follow the best-in-class security principles. We are one of the biggest contributors to OPC community, and we have middlewares which we have contributed to community, which is being supported by the OPC Foundation, which we are using extensively with these manufacturing customers on the factory floor.
Awesome. No, this is interesting, Sharon. They brought in an interesting point, which is data modeling. I think in the current times where we're seeing massive ingestion of IoT data, unless you adhere to specific data message protocol, it becomes difficult for us to do analytics on that. So thanks for bringing it up. Moving on to the second question, Shailendra. If you look at one of Microsoft's worldview has been intelligent edge, right? Now, recently we announced that on Azure Stack Hub, which is our private cloud offering, we support IoT Hub. So what's your take on that? How relevant that will be for enterprises?
No, very, very important point. And thanks for asking that question, Sandeep. See, what is happening again, if you look at manufacturing, the trend which we see, a lot of customers, in fact, there are certain data sets which they would like to process on their premise itself. And and there are multiple reasons why edge is gaining momentum. One, of course, is latency. Second, security, and third, I think very, very important is where people would like, for compliance reasons and multiple reasons, they would like to have the data on the premise. So we are seeing great adoption of edge, as you rightly mentioned. But again, if you look at edge also, the DevOps happens on the cloud and the implementation happens on the edge, though the data does not leave the edge if you want to, right? But if you look at the next league, which is actually gaining momentum, a lot of our customers, in fact, are looking at a completely on-prem kind of installation, especially in manufacturing, where they are looking at having the entire the code base, the entire DevOps running on their premise along with the data. So there it becomes very important again, the IoT Hub with Azure Stack, instance of a cloud running on their premise and giving them that comfort and experience which they are looking at, by creating a completely on-prem kind of solution.
Perfect. No, that's interesting, Sharon, because end of the day, if I can contain data within my periphery and ensure that I can do analytics in-house using infrastructure at my end, regulatory compliance, latency, all the stuff gets addressed. So thank you so much. Honestly, these two questions were top of mind. So thanks for your time this morning, Shailendra. And for viewers, thanks for joining in. Happy learning and have a wonderful weekend.
Thank you, Sandeep. Thanks for having me.